Did you know that there was an empire which lasted only 3 years until it was disestablished by the Emperor Aurelian, and during its 3 years it was ruled by a woman? Stick around to learn all about Queen Zenobia and the Palmyrene Empire. Hello and welcome to World History Encyclopedia. My name is Kelly and today we're going to have a look at the Palmyrene Empire and the queen who ruled it, Queen Zenobia. Don't forget, the easiest way to support us is by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on our new videos every Tuesday and Friday. If you like my shirt, you can find this design and a bunch more in our shop, which you can find in the description below. The Palmyrene Empire was an empire which broke away from the Roman Empire during the instability of the crisis of the 3rd century. It was a short-lived empire. It only survived for 3 years and is named after its capital city, Palmyra. Palmyra is a city in modern-day Syria which is known as an oasis, which basically means that it's a depression with fertile soil. The position of the city made it an important trading hub and a prominent stop on the Silk Road, where taxes were collected and people stopped to rest. Palmyra was a prosperous city of merchants, a major trading post, and a city which sported impressive Greco-Roman architecture influenced by Persian and Arabic cultures. Julia Aurelia Zenobia, who was known as Septimia Zenobia after her marriage to Lucius Septimus Odaenathus, known as Odaenathus, was born in 240 CE in Palmyra. At the time of her birth, Syria was a Roman province, and prior to Zenobia's birth, her family had been granted Roman citizenship, so that means that Zenobia was a citizen of Rome. She was taught Greek, Latin, Aramaic, and Egyptian, and she claimed descent from both Dido of Carthage and Cleopatra VII of Egypt. She was an adept horseback rider and was later known for her stamina and endurance, since it is recorded she would march on foot with her troops long distances. She could outdrink any of her troops and could hunt better than any man. In 258 CE, she married Odaenathus and had at least one son with him, Vaballathus, although Odaenathus already had an heir from his first marriage. Odaenathus ruled over the city Palmyra and a large region surrounding it. From around 227, the Sassanid Persians intermittently blocked the trading route, and since this meant that the Romans couldn't get access to their beloved silk, they were not happy. After the Roman Emperor Valerian tried and failed to defeat Shapur I and his Sassanid army, Odaenathus decided to give it a crack. He defeated Shapur and pushed his men back over the Euphrates River and away from Syria. Although he acted as if he was doing Rome a favour, Odaenathus actually tried to form an alliance with Shapur, and only after he was rebuffed did he become an enemy to the Sassanids. For this service, Odaenathus was made a governor of the whole eastern part of the Roman Empire, and eventually he had enough power and prestige to effectively rule over his realm almost independent of Rome, with Zenobia as his queen. Until, of course, both him and his son were assassinated by his nephew, which put Zenobia's son, Vaballathus, who was only 10 years old, on the throne. Zenobia took up the job as regent for her young son. She maintained the policies which her late husband had established, and she surrounded herself with philosophers and intellectuals. When Zenobia took the position of regent, the Roman Empire was in the middle of the crisis of the 3rd century, during which 26 men came and went as emperor. So amidst this chaos, Zenobia was making changes to her region, and to be honest, Rome was too busy with its own issues to pay much attention to what she was doing. Fully aware of the distraction, Zenobia used it to her advantage and sent her general, Zabdus, into Roman Egypt and claimed it as her own. The Syrians under Zenobia were at first successful, but then were driven out of Egypt by the returning Roman forces. The Roman army pushed the Syrians back towards Palmyra until they launched a counterattack and decimated the Roman army. And so Roman Egypt was under Zenobia's control. Once Zenobia had claimed Egypt, she entered into diplomatic discussions with Asia Minor and the Levant, eventually adding them to her ever-growing Palmyrene Empire. Rome was still preoccupied with their issues of who's the new ruler now, So Zenobia continued to grow her empire, and according to the primary sources on this, although she challenged the authority of Rome, none of her actions could be seen as outright rebellion. Although she increasingly disregarded Roman authority by establishing herself as the legitimate monarch of the East, and was forming her own empire in direct opposition to Rome, she still did nothing to warrant open conflict with Rome, because she could always explain herself as acting in Rome's best interests by stabilizing its eastern boundaries. Her luck ran out, however, when Aurelian became emperor. Although the previous rulers either didn't notice what was going on or simply didn't have the resources to deal with it, Aurelian was a very different sort. Zenobia had begun getting coins minted with Vaballathus' image on one side and Aurelian's on the other, as joint rulers of Egypt, which she thought would keep Rome happy. But she had also adopted the imperial titles of Augustus for Vaballathus and Augusta for herself, titles which were the privilege of the royal family of Rome alone. In 272, only 2 years after the establishment of the Palmyrene Empire, Aurelian decided he wanted the eastern provinces back, and so he marched on Zenobia with his entire army. He destroyed every city which was loyal to Zenobia until they got the hint and surrendered before he even arrived. And in the same year, Zenobia rallied her army to fight against the Roman forces at the city of Daphne in what is known as the Battle of Imae. The Palmyrene forces lost the battle, and Zenobia with her general Zabdus fled to Emesa. Aurelian met them in battle again at Emesa and was victorious once again. At this point, Zenobia fled to Palmyra, where she prepared her defences. As Aurelian besieged the city, Zenobia fled the capital with her son on the back of a camel, hoping to reach the safety of Persia. She was apprehended by Aurelian's cavalry at the Euphrates River and brought back to him in chains. Then she was taken to Rome. There are a number of different versions of what happened to Zenobia after she was captured by Aurelian. The most probable story is that she was put on trial in Rome and acquitted before spending the rest of her days in Rome married to an upper-class Roman. It seems unlikely that Aurelian would have wanted to draw any more attention to Zenobia than was necessary, since he already seemed embarrassed that a woman had caused him so much trouble, and the famous tale of her being paraded through Rome in golden chains, which has been represented in painting and sculpture since, is most likely a fiction. Whatever finally became of her, Queen Zenobia became one of the most popular figures from antiquity, and is remembered as both a great warrior queen and a clever ruler. What do you think really happened to Zenobia? Do you think the Romans really let her live the rest of her life in their kingdom? Let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and make sure to hit the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss out on our new videos every Tuesday and Friday. This video is brought to you by World History Encyclopedia. For more great articles and interactive content, head to our website via the link below. World History Encyclopedia is a non-profit organisation, so if you'd like to support our work, you can head to our Patreon via the link in the top corner of the screen or via the Patreon link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon with another video.